Hello, guys, and we are here for some awesome game day bingo. Super excited to be here with you guys live as we're going to be streaming to those Pilot TVs, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch, so hopefully you guys are checking out those streams, trying to take home some of these awesome prizes, as we got a 54 ball or less, a minor prize at 52 balls or less, a major prize at $1,000 at 48 balls or less, and a mega jackpot of 10 grand sitting at 45 balls or less.
That's right. We have some awesome cash prizes on the line for you guys today in just about 20 seconds to get enrolled into this very first matchup of this live game day bingo. We would love to start giving out these awesome jackpot prizes to you lucky players, but we also want to highlight the players who have already taken home some pretty amazing cash prizes. Just yesterday, we were able to give out 2 separate jackpot prizes, making our total for the last 7 days 15 jackpots to go out, and our entirety of this season 17 so far, we have given out about 69 different jackpots.
Absolutely. It's been a great season so far, as we are still not even 1 month into the season, already at 69 jackpots. I say that's a pretty good January so far. As our jackpots to go out this week, first one to go out on Monday was an awesome $7,432 major jackpot in Game Day Bingo, going out to KSAE over at the Halftime Rec. Congratulations to you, KSAE, in that awesome game, taking home the largest jackpot win of that awesome Monday.
Absolutely. Congratulations to that lucky player. Starting off our jackpot list, we had one other great prize go on out as we had Captain Canuck over at the Moose Lodge Fairboat taking home $2,156. Congratulations to Capt Canuck.
Yeah, great job to you, Cap Canuck and KSAE, both taking home great wins there. Is it Captain Canuckle?
Yeah, immediately.
Immediately
made me think of Captain Canuckles in the Mysterious Life of Flapjack, or whatever that show
yes,
is.
the weirdest
Misadventures.
the weirdest show of all time, maybe.
I watched it for a period of my life.
Oh, I watched it as well, and it was one that I had to hide from my parents.
I was gonna say that
watched.
seems like one that you would not be allowed to watch.
Oh, I was definitely not allowed to watch it, but it definitely was a funny one to be able to highlight, as it was just the weirdest show ever on Cartoon Network, wasn't it?
I'm assuming so, yes.
Yeah, it seems like a Cartoon Network show. The the marvelous misadventures of Flapjack had 3 seasons to it, and it was definitely a different kind of show, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was the first kind of like anti-humor TV show that I ever watched. I don't even know if it would be considered that. Maybe irreverent TV show, but
Yeah.
it's definitely one of a kind. I really haven't seen another kid show like it.
Yeah, it definitely...
It's like almost scary.
It was definitely scary. A lot of Cartoon Network shows were super scary back in the day, so...
I was a huge fan of Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I liked Cartoon Network as well. I just wasn't allowed to watch it for a long time. And also having younger siblings, they just didn't like those kinds of shows, especially at their age group when I would have been into those shows.
Yeah, they were a little too young.
Yeah, they were a little too young to be able to enjoy
Freaked
them.
out.
Yeah, exactly. So, would rather watch the Disney shows and Nickelodeon
What
shows.
weenies.
Yeah. We do have Irf as well as Mikey Mike splitting up our Musco prize. Irf playing over the Detour 19 and Mikey Mike over the Old Piper in Blaine. As we are splitting up $8.70 in this great win here. Each of you taking home $4.35 in this great win. As we now get enrolled into this next matchup with that minor prize. Now going to be clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less, adding to the excitement in this game number 2 of live game day bingo action.
That's right, but I do want to shout out that previous jackpot winner one more time, as Captain Canuck is actually a real character. And I didn't know that, as we've been talking about Captain Canuckles, but Captain Canuck is actually a comic book character.
Yes, it seems to be. Captain Canuck is
the Canadian. Sorry, you can do it.
Yeah, Canadian comic book superhero. He first appeared in Captain Connect Volume 1. The series was the first successful Canadian comic book since the collapse of the nation's comic book industry following World War II.
Wow. Yeah, it kind of seems like he's the Captain America of Canada.
It does very much.
He's like Mr. Canada.
Does very much seem like that. Captain Canuck. I kind of like his outfit though. He's got he's got a cool do.
Absolutely. He's got 2 maple leaves on his very buff shoulders.
Very Canadian. I hope he has
all in red and white.
I hope he has a really heavy Canadian accent as well.
Yeah, we'll be doing some digging after this.
Great job to you, Captain Canuck, as well as KSAE taking home wins on our yesterday jackpots.
That's right. But if you guys would stay up to date and in the know with Pilot Games, we highly suggest you heading on over to Facebook, searching up Pilot Games, and giving us a like and follow. That way you can stay up to date and really just in the know with most things going on. If you've got any questions, you can shoot us out a message there, as we've got a great team that'll answer you back as soon as they can. If not, our great community of Pilot players might just have the answer for you as well. You guys can head on over to that Facebook page, and right at the top find a link tree. It's got direct links to all of our social media platforms, pgl.world, all of our streaming platforms, and even all the locations that you can play Pilot Games at around Minnesota can be conveniently found there as well. Guys, go and check out that Facebook page today.
Absolutely. We definitely love having you guys out there leaving comments, likes, and just staying in the know with all the great information that's posted on that Facebook page daily. But if you just want to know our daily bingo schedule, me and Jordy are about to go over it right here, right now. As we play Game Day Bingo from 12 to 1 every single day, getting it started off at noon, working on a minor, major, and mega prize. We are now in the second of 12 games that we play from that noon to 1 p.m. time. At 1 p.m., me and Jordy will send you guys off to play a little bit of Lucky 4 Bingo, where you have a shot at the largest jackpot prize today, $104,575. Should be a great opportunity at 1 o'clock.
That's right. So make sure you guys stick around, because after that you'll get into some more great Game Day Bingo running from 1 all the way till 4 p.m. as you continue to go after that minor, major, and mega jackpot prize. Then at 4 p.m. you'll get your second chance at Lucky 4 Bingo with the largest cash prize on the line for this great bingo today. And if it didn't go out at 1, you'll have a cash prize even higher than that $104,575 prize. And make sure you guys come on out for that 4 p.m. chance.
Absolutely, because after that, me and Jordy will be back here once again playing through some Game Day Bingo Happy Hour edition from 4 all the way till 6 p.m. Once again, working on that minor, major, and mega prize. Should be a great time there from that 4 to 6 time as we play through 23 games of that Game Day Bingo action.
That's right, as then at 4 p.m. you'll get your third and final chance at Lucky 4 Bingo. It is definitely going to be a great time. If it did not go out at 1 or 4, it'll be the largest cash prize available at 6 p.m. to try and get your hands on it. After that, you guys will be getting into some great Game Day Bingo that'll run from 6 all the way till 10 p.m. tonight, uninterrupted, as you continue to go after these great Game Day Bingo jackpot prizes.
Absolutely. It's definitely great playing that live bingo from noon to 10 p.m. every single day. Currently, we are playing some great Game Day Bingo as we are waiting for some lucky balls to drop here as we try and give out the $11 must-go prize as we have clicked past the minor, major, and mega. As $11 will be hitting the lucky iPad of Mikey Mike over at the Old Piper in Blaine. Congratulations to you, Mikey Mike, in this awesome game of Game Day Bingo.
That's right. Make sure to get enrolled into this next matchup, though, as that minor jackpot will be growing on over to this next round, as it will now be at 56 balls or less, as that cash prize just gets even higher. Stick around and grab those iPads to get enrolled as we continue talking about all the great things we have on the line today, like our national days that you guys can be out there celebrating wherever you're at. We started off with National Gift of the Ladybug Day, as National Gift of the Ladybug Day on January 28th honors all children with critical illnesses. This day is also an opportunity to raise awareness of childhood illnesses and support the children and the families facing medical differences.
Very important stuff there, as we hope that no child deals with any kind of critical illness, but they do exist, and we send support to them out onto today on National Gift of the Ladybug Day. If we have any families that are playing pilot games that are dealing with this, you have people out there that are connected with this. We send some luck out to you, not just for the bingo, but for, everything that's going on National Gift of the Ladybug Day.
Absolutely. This is definitely a very important national day. As we move to our next one, this is a little a lighthearted one, as we have National Plan for Vacation Day. As National Plan for Vacation Day on the last Tuesday in January reminds us to plan our vacations at the start of the year for the rest of the year. The early bird gets to pack their bags and fly away to a little fun and relaxation.
Absolutely. Definitely a great one to be able to highlight here. National Plan for a Vacation. I know that me and Jordy are planning some fun vacations pretty soon, as you got a lot of different bridesmaids, bachelorette parties that you're going to have to go to if you want to call those some fun vacations. And I got
I
a
also
plan.
have a girls' trip coming up.
Yeah, you do have a girls' trip that's even closer than any
Yeah,
of
it's
your...
my closest trip coming up.
Yeah, you're going to be heading down to Florida and having a fun time with all the girls of my family.
Yeah, well, I get to hang out with Ian's family without Ian there.
Yeah, but
I can't wait.
It's a girls' trip, so I won't involve myself. But you guys should be having a lot of fun. It sounds like you guys have quite a bit already planned on the docket.
Yeah, your mom gets very overzealous, and she's really chalking our itinerary full of things that I do not
absolutely.
think will fit in.
No,
that's okay.
never is. What do you have? One thing that you're definitely hoping gets put in there?
Oh, we'll be going to a country line dancing bar. I know that's the one thing that all of the girls have come to the consensus that we want to do.
It's a definite must-have
Yeah.
in this one, is the
Absolutely.
line dancing bar.
Oh yeah.
I know I got to see my sister going to one. Are you going to go to the one that she's been to, or is
I
it going
have
to be
no
close?
idea.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see how it all goes down.
I just know it made me really excited to go.
I
because
hope I get
seeing
videos
where
of you
she's
line
at,
dancing.
I think I will be better. And that's all I care about.
I want to see it. I think it's going to be hilarious no matter what, even if you're good or bad. It will be great to watch.
Well, I need to get at least some semblance of line dances, as the following month I'll be going to Nashville.
Yes.
Where there will 100% be line dancing bars, and so I'm quite excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'll be
channeling my inner cowgirl.
I'll be going to Nashville as well at that same time, and so I will not have that same practice, but I will hit the dance floor with as much vigor as I possibly can.
I know. I hope we meet up at some point at a line dancing bar.
That would be fun. I'm sure we'll come across our paths throughout the entire week.
I hope so, and then I can live out my Footloose dreams.
Your Footloose dreams, where you're like...
You, and then we dance our way over to each other.
Yeah.
I put on your cowboy hat.
There you go.
I can't do that with anybody else.
Yeah, I don't have a cowboy hat currently, so you can't even do it with me right now.
You got 2 months, my friend. Time to plan for your vacation.
I know, that's what it is. I need to get myself a cowboy hat, maybe some cowboy boots as well, as
I don't think you need them.
Not a cowboy, but maybe I do. I'm going to Nashville. I might need some cowboy boots.
I think your Timberlands would be fine.
My Timberlands?
Yeah.
I would rather wear my black leather boots that I have.
Those are very nice as well.
We do have Call Me KP over at the Nasty Habit, taking home our win here. Just 2 balls away from taking home that minor jackpot, but still getting to cash in a little bit of that must-go prize. It's $10.20. We'll be going out to your iPad as we get enrolled into this next game with the minor jackpot clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we get enrolled into this next game. But yeah, Florida trips and Nashville trips and all the sorts, different bachelorette parties, lots of different trips and vacations that we need to plan out and get fully prepped and ready for. And this is a great reminder for us to do that. And it's a reminder for you guys to get out there and help plan those vacations, because the earlier you can do it, the less stress it comes to that vacation time.
Absolutely. I've already started planning a trip that's going to be hopefully taking place in either late September or early November for a little celebration for your birthday. So I can kind of get the early worm.
Early bird gets the worm.
Yeah.
Early worm.
Yep. But yeah, so this is definitely a great reminder to start planning ahead.
Absolutely. As we move on to our next national day, Data Privacy Day, because on January 28th, we remind ourselves each year to review how our data is used. It is an excellent opportunity to take stock and evaluate our personal cyber security.
This is a super important one and one that I absolutely need to be better about.
For sure.
This is definitely a super important one. Making sure that you're protecting your data and not having any scams or potential viruses being put on your software is super important on today. And so definitely make sure you're taking those proper extra steps to secure your data.
Yeah, as more and more personal data is saved on different electronics, it is more and more important to be able to be confident in your data privacy and your cybersecurity. And so, this is an important reminder to make sure you keep your info nice and locked up so you don't have to deal with any kind of those mishaps, because those mishaps can really ruin your planning for vacation.
Absolutely. And if you've got parents or grandparents that don't necessarily stay up to date with tech, make sure that they're having the proper security placements on their software to secure their data. Because we, even just this past weekend, we were hearing about how one of my good friend's grandmothers, she really loves clicking the links that get emailed to her.
Yeah.
And so about every 2 weeks, they get a new friend request from her on Facebook of a different scam account that has gotten her data and has adopted her identity, and they can't get her to stop.
Yeah, no, it definitely happens that way. I think it's messages on her Facebook, and then they actually get access to her Facebook, and then they send out messages trying to get other people to click on their links that gets them access to the other people's
Any way you spin it,
Facebooks.
she gets hacked.
Yeah, hacked all the time. And so it's a great one. So inform your grandparents about how to keep away from the hackers. I don't even know how to explain it,
The
but
malware and viruses out there.
absolutely on Data Privacy Day.
Up next, we have a very tasty one with National Blueberry Pancake Day. National Blueberry Pancake Day falls on January 28th, as this brings the sweetness of blueberries to your pancake, flapjack, or even your hot cake.
Now, is this your favorite berry to have in your pancake?
No.
Really? Really?
I don't know. It's kind of like like a grape tomato to me, like it like bursts. And
Yes.
so that's not necessarily something I love when it comes to my pancakes.
You're more of your raspberry
Yes.
in the pancake?
Or
But
bananas.
Blueberry is definitely the most common, though, I feel like.
Oh, for
in
sure. Blueberry
pancakes.
is the most common, just like breakfast fruit in general, I find, because you get blueberry muffins, you get it on your Cheerios, yogurt, you put blueberries on a lot of things for breakfast. Your smoothies, they typically go in, but yeah, I'm more of a raspberry or banana gal when it comes to my pancakes.
I know just on Sunday there were some blueberry waffles out there that were being
I
enjoyed.
had one of those.
Yeah, did you enjoy that?
Oh, yeah, and I topped it with like a third of the container of blueberries, and I was very happy.
You were having a great time with
A
it.
little bit of whipped cream and some homemade 100% maple syrup. Delicious.
Oh yeah, made from their backyard, which I think
Straight from the tree.
which is awesome. Very,
Yeah.
very cool. But blueberry pancakes, a staple for a lot of pancake breakfasts, and so it's a great one to be able to highlight. Before we talk more about it, we are about to give out a nice $17.40 Musco prize to... Let's see. Oh, I thought we were going to give it
leaving
out
you
right
in
there.
suspense
Oh,
there.
72 will be our lucky ball, though, as Davey over the Hootin' Oles is taking home $17. Congratulations to you, Davey, as we now get enrolled into this next game with that minor jackpot clicking up from 58 to 60 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun. Just seeing Davey out there, I just want to know if you ever had this ever in your life, because he's the only person I've ever known this. I had a buddy in high school that he went by the name Dave, and it was not because he had Dave as a first name. His name was Austin. He didn't have Dave as a middle name, but people just decided one day that he looked like a Dave. And then his name became Dave to all the teachers, all the students. Everybody just called him Dave. And I never understood it, but that one of the weirdest things that I've ever experienced with a name, someone's nickname.
Yeah, can't say that's ever happened in real life to anybody I know.
Anybody you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Dave.
I see that happen in movies. They're like, you look like a Steve. Can I call you Steve? And then they just start, like, call them Steve for the rest of the remainder
Yeah.
of the film, but never in real life.
Yeah. It was before I even knew him, so I had moved schools.
You knew him as Dave.
I
and
knew
Dave
him
only.
as it was he was Dave to me, and it was actually insane when I found out that his real name was Austin, and that there was no relation to Dave at all in his
crazy.
name, his dad's name, none of it. He was just Dave.
I mean, I even get weirded out when I find out that people go by their middle name and it's not their first name, and and wholeheartedly believed that that was just their name the entirety of me knowing them. So I can only imagine when there's no correlation at all, and you're like, well, where did Dave come from?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, 7th grade field trip.
Someone just started calling me Dave.
You're like, oh,
No,
Okay.
his parents called him Dave.
that's so weird to me. My parents would never do that.
It was such an interesting thing. I've never
My
seen
parents have
anything
way too
like
much
that.
pride in like what they pick to
Yeah.
ever just be like, oh, they're calling you Abigail now? Yeah, that's your name.
I think it might have started with his parents. I think his parents
That's
might have started
so
calling him Dave at an
strange.
early age. I don't remember the story fully, so but great job
Just
to you,
holding the
Davey.
baby. Oh, we named him Austin, honey. Doesn't he look like a Dave?
Yeah. I have no idea.
Doesn't make sense to me.
But great job, Davey,
Shout out
getting
Dave.
a win.
I thought you were
going
gonna
to
go Davy Jones and start talking about something along those lines. I had no
No.
idea you were gonna take me down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, no, just had a little fun story about the name Dave.
That is quite strange. No, I've never heard of that happening.
Yeah. Well, great job to you, Davey. Let's get back to Blueberry Pancake Day, a delicious one to be able to highlight. What are your toppings on your blueberry pancake?
White chocolate chips. I love with blueberry. And
Is it white chocolate chips or like more of a like a shredding
well, it depends. If it's in the pancake with the or with the blueberries, then I want chips.
you want chips?
Yeah.
But if it's a topping, you want it more like grated.
Maybe a shaving.
A shavings of.
I guess that's more appropriate. I would have gone for the hunks of white chocolate and been a happy camper.
Yeah.
I typically just, like the peanut butter chocolate chips, I've definitely just like sprinkled on top of my pancakes before as a kid. And so I didn't really think it was that kind of weird, but
No, I didn't think it was weird. I was just asking what you'd prefer. If you'd prefer the shavings or
probably the chips. I only really like the
chips.
shavings when it's on like a cake topper, and they're
Okay.
like the shavings that are about this big, and you can stick the whole thing in your
Yeah,
mouth and eat
yeah.
it. Nah, I don't really need the dainty little carvings off the white chocolate. Give me the whole thing.
Give you the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah. And probably a little bit of whipped cream.
A little whipped cream action. Good stuff. Good stuff.
How about you? Syrup?
Yeah, probably syrup. A little bit of whipped cream
A little bit
along
butter.
there as well.
Ooh, I did put butter on my
I'm-
waffles, and it was
I'm not much
delicious.
of a butter on my any of my breakfast items.
Other than bagel.
Other than my bagel, yeah, I just think it gets it a little too rich in my opinion. It already is a very rich dessert like breakfast. The butter just adds to that richness that makes it a little over the top for me.
I personally, I only really use it to kind of like soften up the top of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets a little bit more hydrated once again with the butter as it melts.
I get that
I
as
quite
you
like
don't
that.
use syrup, so that would
Yeah,
make totally sense.
Yeah, so I like to, especially like a waffle, because those get pretty hard as it sits, and so a little bit of butter can keep things a little bit fresher.
Yeah, cool. Well, happy Blueberry Pancake Day as we move on to our final national day. Before we get into that final one, we do have a winner in this Game 5.
We got a couple as we got Mikey Mike and Maggie splitting up that $28.40 Musco prize. Congratulations there. Mikey Mike at the Old Piper Inn and Maggie over at TB3s. Nicely done in this great round as we will now have that minor jackpot at 62 balls or less. Make sure to get enrolled.
Should be a fun Game 6. But our final national day we'll be highlighting today is National Kazoo Day. National Kazoo Day on January 28th recognizes nearly 200 years of kazoo music in the United States. The day also encourages playing and learning about the kazoo.
I'm a big fan of the kazoo.
Yeah, I think it's one of the more fun instruments. As it's probably the instrument by itself I can recognize what song it's going for quicker than any other instrument.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think the kazoo just
I don't think I've ever tried to do that, so I couldn't tell you.
it sounds like it just instantly sounds like the song of whatever the kazoo's trying to do. You're like, oh, okay, I got you. It almost sounds like the singer in it.
Wow, that makes me want to put that to the test and like have a competition
Using different.
using kazoos, and people have to kazoo different songs and have their team guess.
Yeah, yeah, definitely would be a fun one to be able to do. We do have the top 10 kazoo songs, 8 classic songs that feature the kazoo. This is done by AmericanSongwriters.com. As we'll start off with the number 8, Crosstown Traffic by Jimi Hendrix uses the kazoo.
Absolutely. As at number 7, we got the Jug Band Blues by Pink Floyd.
Very fun stuff there. Pink Floyd love the kazoo, as they also used it in Corporal Clegg.
Yeah. Saucer Full of Secrets features both of those songs.
Very, very fun.
Up next, we have Your 16 by Ringo Starr.
Very cool. Skinned by Blind Melon uses the kazoo as well. Very fun.
Absolutely. At number 3, we got the Rolling Stones, Cool, Calm, and Collected.
Very fun. Yeah, they use a multitude of different stylings of the kazoo. As San Francisco Bay Blues by Eric Clapton also used the kazoo.
Right on.
And as it appears on the Unplugged album, actually.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
You can?
There's a solo specifically for the kazoo in the song.
Absolutely. As at number 1, we've got the John Prine song, When I Get to Heaven.
Very, very cool stuff. Yes, you can hear the kazoo within this song very distinctively, as it's a fun one to be able to highlight.
Absolutely. When I think of the kazoo, I think of there's quite a few kid shows that had kids mentioning the kazoo that went viral and got clipped, and I will always think of those kazoo kids.
The actual kazoo kid or the
Yes, the kazoo kid.
Yeah, he's named the kazoo kid. Yeah, he was quite iconic for using the kazoo.
Shout out Brett Ambler.
Shout out Brett Ambler, the kazoo kid.
Wonder what he's doing now. Hopefully he's still kazooing.
There's so many funny clips from that whatever TV show or
I think it was just like YouTube segments, I
a
guess.
little segment that was on there. Yeah, that he was a great little actor.
He's the spokesman for kazoos.
He is the kazoo. There's also the iconic alien that is named Kazoo as well.
Yes, the great kazoo.
Yeah, Gazoo. Or is it just Gazoo? Okay, never mind.
no
It's
idea.
Gazoo. I thought it was Kazoo for a second. No, it's Gazoo. I was wrong. But great stuff. Happy National Kazoo Day. Hopefully you guys can enjoy the great sounds of the kazoo, the relaxing sounds of the kazoo on today.
I would not call them relaxing. But I love all of those kind of weird instruments out there, like that one that's like the
Yeah.
I love that one as well.
Very, very fun. Yeah, all fun stuff. We are coming to a close of this game. We have one more ball to try and give out that prize, and there it goes. Before we even need to drop it, it's Amy over at the Farmington Tap House KDK taking home $191.86 on that minor jackpot win. Congratulations to you, Amy, as we now get enrolled into this next game. Minor prize reverting back to 52 balls or less, but the bingo prize of $44.10 will be grown and rolled into this next matchup. Should be a fun double must-go in this game, with you guys just having 1 minute and 45 seconds to get enrolled.
Absolutely. So grab those iPads and continue to get enrolled as we move on to talk a little bit about our Vikings. They did finish that season 14-3, but we've got two Vikings making up the top 10 of PFN's top 100 free agents in 2025. As we come in at number 6 on the list with cornerback Byron Murphy Jr., as Murphy had a career year with the Vikings in 2024 and was named to his first Pro Bowl team this season. Murphy stood out for the Vikings in an otherwise shaky position group, coming down with 6 interceptions, tied for the league lead amongst corners with Ravens' Marlon Humphrey. Murphy was also a standout in coverage, allowing for just 76.7 passer rating when targeted and giving up just 4 touchdowns on the season.
Very impressive stuff by Byron Murphy Jr. this season. He has been a staple in that defense, and I really hope that we're able to bring him back this offseason, as he's been one of those players that I think still has quite a few years of high-level play and fits so well, if Brian Flores does come back, fits so well with that defense.
Absolutely, but rounding out the PFN's top 10 available free agents for 2025 is none other than the Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold. Signed in the offseason as a bridge to the rookie McCarthy, Darnold made the most of his opportunity and turned into a career season of his own. He set the career high in attempts, completions, completion percentage, yards, touchdowns, and passer rating, most by a significant margin. He also led the team to a surprising 14-win season and had the team in contention for the top spot at the NFC until the season's final week.
Absolutely. Those guys definitely deserving of being top 10 free agents out there on the market, and I'm hoping that our Vikings can make do with it. I think we got $70 million to spend this offseason, and we'll see how we end up utilizing that, whether it's leaning in more towards fixing up the defensive end, as there's a lot of free agents, a lot on the defensive end that we'll definitely need to put a lot of cash into, or if we're going to put a majority of that cash into keeping Sam Darnold for quite a few more years after having his career year. I mean, leading us to 14-3, looked really good, but had some really worrisome end of the season matchups that make you question whether the Vikings are wanting to move on or if they're happy with that gameplay and just think a few more pieces around him, a few more right things, a healthy offensive line, and he will be able to lead us and win a Super Bowl for us. We'll see what they end up thinking, but if you want to send some luck out to our Minnesota Vikings, play the great ETAB game. Vikings victory. See if you could take home some Hail Mary jackpots in that awesome ETAB game that can be played anywhere across the state of Minnesota.
Absolutely. Go and check out Vikings Victory today and show your support for our amazing Vikings team in their offseason. We are just about 5 balls away from giving out a great prize here, and we would like to talk about the players who have already been taking home these great prizes for this season 17 so far. As we jump on into the Game Day Bingo player standings, we have none other than a tie going on right now in 9th place between Murphy at the Pickled Pig as well as Andy at the Spotlight Bar and Grill, both with 18,000 points. 8th place we have Haskell's. I'm sorry. In 8th place we have the Woodpile playing at Haskell's, sitting with 19,000 points. Then in 7th we've got Billy playing at the Rocky Ledge Resort, currently sitting with 20,000 points. Then with 21,000 points in 6th place we have none other than Maggie playing over at Lyle Liquor.
Very close race all throughout that bottom 5, as only 1,000 points separating each of those step-ups, and just really, really close. Not that the close races don't stop here.
I was going to say, they go all the way out to 20th place. They are all just one step away from each other. But before I jump into that top 5, we do have our winner here.
Legit Girl over at Lucky 13's Roseville is taking home the double Musco prize in this game of $69.80. Congratulations to you, Legit Girl, in this game of Game Day Bingo, as we will now begin enrolled into this next matchup of Game Day Bingo. Minor prize will be clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less as we continue this great fun. Just 1 minute and 50 seconds to get enrolled.
Absolutely. So continue to get enrolled in the next minute 45 seconds as I continue to talk about our game day bingo player standings. As right ahead of Maggie in that sixth place spot, we move on to fifth place as Not Sure over at the Montego Blue currently sits with 24,000 points. Then with 29,000 points in fourth place, we have 6'9 T-Bird playing at the Lookout Bar and Grill. Ahead of them, we have a tie that was recently formed in second place between Brother Nate at the Chart House and Cheese at Beartown Lounge. They both currently sit with 41,000 points. But getting a leg up on the competition in first place, we have none other than Call Me Jen sitting in that first place spot, playing at JR Mac as they sit with a whopping 81,000 points so far this season.
Great job to Call Me Jen and all of those awesome players earning so many points throughout this season. It's been a very impressive month of game day bingo action as we now move on to those top locations. As we start off with a two-way tie in ninth place, that's between Danny's Dugout and the Log Cabin Bar Emily, both with 37,000 points. With 42,000 points in eighth place, we have HR Pesties. Only 1,000 points ahead of them in seventh, we got Haskell's with 43,000 points. With 47,000 points in sixth place, we have McHugh's Grill and Bar, who just shot up in these standings, as the Beartown Lounge sits in fifth with 50,000 points. With 55,000 points in fourth place, we have the Chart House. As our third place location, Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, sits in that spot with 56,000 points, just 1,000 points ahead of the Chart House. The Lookout Bar and Grill is in second with 69,000 points, as our number one location is JR Mac with 100,000 game day bingo points, the first location to get to the 100,000 point club.
Absolutely. Awesome job to all of our players and locations out there. Make sure you guys come on out each and every day and choose the location that you want to help out get in those standings as well. We are about 20 balls away from trying to give out a great prize here, but as we do so, I'd love to highlight some of the other games that are always available to you. Right now on those iPads, we actually have over 70 different charitable eTab games that you can choose to play at any time. Each of those games have small bets between 50 cents and $5 and huge prizes up to $1,500. Guys, go and check out all of our awesome eTab games as entering into the new year. They all got updated graphics, and so we would love for you guys to go and check them out today.
Absolutely. We even had a new eTab game hit your guys' iPads a few weeks ago, a little under 2 weeks ago. Piggy Bank hit your guys' iPads with it, which is bursting with prizes. You got a fun multiplier that can be won in that game that can grow up to 299 times. So hopefully you guys can start raking in the bacon in the great new eTab game, Piggy Bank.
Absolutely. Go and check out that awesome eTab game. I'll highlight another eTab game for your view and pleasure. I'll be highlighting a little bit of Diver Down action. It is a super fun eTab game that's been around for a little bit now, as you guys can head on over, scuba down, and get some great jackpot prizes. Check out Diver Down today.
Oh, yeah. Also, shout out Going to Mexico, since it's planned for vacation day. Going to Mexico is a very fun one as well. But as we get after here, tail end of this matchup, we'll hop quickly into our movies released on today, as we probably have the most serious of our movies released on today, starting off with the 2011 work, The Mechanic.
Absolutely, as this stars Jason Statham, Ben Foster, Donald Sutherland, Mimi Adden, and even more. This is definitely a more serious one, as one of an elite group of assassins, Arthur Bishop, may be the best in the business, as Bishop carries out his assignments with precision, detachment, and adherence to a strict code. But when Harry, his close friend and mentor, is murdered, Bishop vows revenge. Harry's son comes to him with vengeance in his heart and a desire to learn Bishop's trade, signaling the birth of a deadly partnership.
Very interesting. Love a good spy assassin work starring Jason Statham. It's what he's best in. But before we talk more about the Mechanic, we have our winner here as Mike over at the Sherwood Lounge and Renzaroni over at the Muddy Cow Coon Rapids are splitting up $13.80 on that must-go win. Congratulations to both of you guys as we now get enrolled into this next game with that minor jackpot clicking up from 54 to 56 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we get into it. I gotta say, I definitely thought when I first highlighted this movie that I was thinking of The Machinist, not The Mechanic, as The Machinist stars, gosh, why am I blanking on Batman?
Christian Bale?
Yeah, Christian Bale, and that's when he got super skinny for his role in between.
Oh, yeah.
Batman flicks. And it's just
That
one
was
of the
crazy.
craziest body transformations you'll ever see. But this one, still a fun action thriller. The Mechanic, definitely very different than Machinist.
There's even a second one of these that came out in 2016 called The Machinist, The Mechanic Resurrection.
Very cool.
Tommy Lee Jones is in this one.
Yeah, Jessica Alba. Very, very cool stuff. Big time adds to that list of actors and actresses into this work. So, cool stuff. 2011, The Mechanic. If you're looking for a fun Jason Statham action work, you know exactly what you're getting into when you talk about a Jason Statham action work. It's usually pretty good.
He knows what he does well, and he does it. Well, also on today in 2015, we have the movie Dope.
Yeah, this one is an interesting work starring Shamik Moore, Forrest Whitaker, and other fun actors and actresses. Zoe Kravitz, Lakeith Stanfield, as is about a high school senior Malcolm and his friend Gib and Diggy bond over 90s hip-hop culture, their studies, and playing music in their own punk band. A chance encounter with a drug dealer named Dom lands Malcolm and company at the dealer's nightclub birthday party. When the scene turns violent, they flee. With the drugs that Dom secretly hid in Malcolm's backpack, a wild adventure ensues as the youths try to evade armed thugs who want the stash.
Absolutely. Forrest Whitaker even worked as a producer on this film as well as starring in it. He is the narrator. Very fun stuff. I can't say I've seen this film, but I absolutely love the cast. We have A$AP Rocky playing Dom.
He plays Dom, the drug dealer.
That's incredible. I also love Blake Anderson. I think he's so funny and weird. And so I'll definitely be giving this a watch.
Yeah. I can't believe you haven't seen it.
I can't believe I haven't either. I absolutely love this whole cast. Kiersey Lemons, I'm a big fan of as well.
Yeah, it's a super well put together work, I think. 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb. So I'm not too off to say it's a well done work.
I was gonna say it's pretty well received, and so I'll definitely be giving this film a watch.
Yeah, it definitely is an interesting one, that's for sure. The 2015 movie Dope. As we move on to our next one, the 2019 work, Big Time Adolescence.
Absolutely. This has Griffin Gluck as our main character as he finds an unlikely friendship with Pete Davidson.
Absolutely. It's definitely a weird one. You got Machine Gun Kelly, John Cryer, Sydney Sweeney, other funny actors and actresses across this movie. It's well received, 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb. And I thought this was an okay movie. I didn't necessarily love it. It wasn't one that really called to me, or I didn't relate to it or of any kind. But I did think it was well done in certain sense and well acted out.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that really love this. I mean, it's got 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, and so that's not an easy feat to have, especially with a movie like this, with this cast. And so it's obviously done well. I can't say I've personally seen this, but it is a coming-of-age comedy that should be a fun watch to any of those who might like this. I was just very anti-Pete Davidson at this era, where I was like,
yeah,
I'm not watching this.
I gotcha. We do have Renzaroni over at the Muddy Cow Coon Rapids taking home that $13.30 Musco prize. Congratulations, getting back-to-back wins there. Didn't like splitting it up, I guess, and decided to take it a
Wanted it for
sole win
themselves.
right here as we now get enrolled into our game number 10 of Game Day Bingo with a minor jackpot now at 58 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we continue to get enrolled into these games. But 2019, big time adolescence. I like Griffin Gluck. I think he's funny in a lot of different things that he's been in. He's been in quite a few things at this point now, as he's been acting from such a young age, and he's a pretty good actor.
Absolutely, and he's still so young with such a long way to go, and so it should be fun getting to see what else he puts out later in life as he goes into more adult roles. But we have one final movie released on today that we'll talk about, as in 2022, we've got the family comedy Home Team.
Yeah, this one has a funny cast: Kevin James, Taylor Lautner, I should say. You also have the action.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah, it's Taylor Lautner.
Oh.
Is how it's actually supposed to be. I remember some video of him actually explaining that it's Lautner and not Lautner. And he just stopped correcting people at some
It's
point.
kind of like Rihanna, how her actual name is Rihanna.
Yeah, and just it's easier to not correct it. But yeah, Taylor Lautner and Kevin James. You also have the actual coach of the Denver Broncos, iconic coach for the Saints, Sean Payton, in this one as well, as you get to see them. Jackie Sandler's in this one, as well as Sean Payton returns to his hometown 2 years after. Oh, yeah, Kevin James plays Sean Payton in this movie. I wonder what Sean Payton plays Lionel in this one. I think it's funny that someone else is playing Sean Payton and Sean Payton's playing something else.
This is a Happy Madison production, and so, yeah, they tend to do that.
I love that. Sean Payton returns back to his hometown 2 years after being terminated as an NFL head coach due to his involvement in a scandal, and finds himself reconciling with his 12-year-old son by coaching his Pop Warner football team.
Absolutely. I can't say I've seen this, but it seems pretty cute, to be honest.
Yeah, very, very cool stuff. Apparently, it's got some basis in a real situation for the New Orleans Saints, Sean Payton. So maybe not necessarily the most truthful, but
It's a spin on his year away from the NFL.
Absolutely. Definitely interesting to be able to highlight there.
This is another one of those where we talk about, like, celebrities playing us in movies. And you're like, you had Tom Hanks play you in a movie. That's so cool. Well, Sean Payton gets to say he had Kevin James play him.
I feel like that's a little less cool, but
I like it more.
I know you like it more, but like if you're like, oh,
I just think it's so funny.
That's who they decided that was the right person to play me, was Kevin James. Like, I love
So
Kevin
funny.
James, but to play me,
Yeah.
yeah, it's quite fun. But the Home Team released on the day in 2022.
Absolutely. Maybe give one of those films a watch on today. As we move on forward, we have about 7 balls away from trying to give out one of these great prizes here.
Absolutely. We got a little bit of wild news that we could talk about as you guys finish up this matchup, as Jared Spurgeon, Joel Eriksson and Federico Goudreau scored to help the Minnesota Wild top the Chicago Blackhawks 4-2 on Sunday night. Matt Boldy had 3 assists for Minnesota in a opener of the 5-game trip. The Wild had lost 5 of 6. Chicago was limited to 5 shots on goal before rallying in the third period. Seth Jones scored on a power play, and Frank Nazar added his 3rd of the season at 4 minutes and 16 seconds, trimming the Minnesota lead to 1. But the Minnesota held on in the final minutes, and Marcus Foligno closed it out with an empty netter with 1 minute and 42 seconds left. Philip Gustafsson finished the game with just 18 saves, so didn't have to do much work, just got to stand there and wait for them to get to the other side.
And we have just moved past that minor jackpot. We
Oof.
are moving on to that Musco prize.
Oh.
$22 is heading your way. Gem as well as JJK. You both get to split that up. $11 going on out to each of you. Congratulations. JJK at the Hiller's Last Call Liquor and Gem over at the Loose Moose Saloon.
I like the way that rolls off the tongue. Great
I was like,
job.
am I saying this right?
Yeah, great job to both you guys as we now get enrolled into our game number 11. Minor prize, most likely going to be over $100, sitting at 60 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we get enrolled into this game. Still got the major and mega prize looking good as well as we get into this game number 11. But as we get enrolled, we do want to talk about our next matchup for our Minnesota Wild.
That's right, as just tomorrow we have our next game coming up on the line as we go up against the Maple Leafs at 6 p.m. Should be some really exciting stuff. They're going to be taking the ice right when we're going off air for happy hour tomorrow. So make sure you guys come on out, stick around, and watch our Wild take the ice. And if you guys want to show your support, we have the amazing eTab game that we have teamed up with them for called Let's Go Wild that you can play wherever you play Pilot games. Check out Let's Go Wild today, take home some awesome jackpot prizes, and show your support for our incredible Wild team.
Absolutely. And as you guys have some fun, I would like to remind you that when playing Pilot games, don't forget to share those awesome player pictures with us. We absolutely love seeing your smiling faces. And if you happen to hit a jackpot, hold up your iPad and show off that happy face with the jackpot message. We'd love to celebrate with you. You can also send us pictures of you playing with your friends or your favorite bartender. To share your pics, you can either direct message them to us on Facebook, post them with the hashtag PilotGames, or email them to jackpots@pilotgames.com. We cannot wait to see all the fun moments that you capture out there while playing these great games. Definitely a lot of fun. You can see a few of them right there, right next to Jordy. Yep, there you go. Way to display them.
Wow!
Just like Vanna White, is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
Just like
On the
Vanna
Wheel of
White
Fortune.
in the Wheel of Fortune, showing off your player picks.
Absolutely. You know, just channeling her. Really.
Yeah.
Well, make sure you guys get enrolled as we have a lot of fun still in store. Just 4 seconds as we have that $116 minor jackpot sitting at 60 balls or less. We also want to shout out anybody out there having a great day today playing Pilot games. If it's your birthday out there, happy birthday out to you. We hope you take home some of these great jackpot prizes for yourself as we move on forward to talk about the celebrities who happen to be born on today as well. Up first, in 1936, we've got Alan Ada, the American Emmy Award winning actor and director. Did MASH, Captain Hawkeye, Pierce, as well as West Wing.
Absolutely. Very cool stuff. Happy birthday to Alan. Alda, very iconic works being in MASH and West Wing, so a great actor, won an Emmy for his good works. As we move on to our next celebrity birthday, born on today in 1949, probably the greatest coach of my time watching the NBA, and that's Greg Popovich, the American Basketball Hall of Fame coach and executive, NBA champion in 1999, 2003, 2005, 2007, and then again in 2014. He was NBA Coach of the Year 3 different times, 2003, 2012, and in 2014, coaching the San Antonio Spurs, some really iconic teams for those Spurs, and also coached the Olympic Gold 2020 Olympic team.
Absolutely. Happy birthday. That's some pretty incredible stuff. Greg Popovich. Up next in 1977, we got Joey Fatone. He is the American pop singer from NSYNC. Did Bye Bye Bye. He was also a dancer and actor who was in My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Very, very cool. I probably know him more for him in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I want to see what he was in those works because he was Angelo. in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Very, very fun. I can't say I necessarily remember him, but I like the band In Sync, and it's fun to be able to highlight him as he's in two fun works, not just In Sync, but My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Absolutely, as we have a winner here, Amy at the Guilty Goose gets to take away $116. Congratulations there, Amy. We're about to be getting enrolled into our final lunchtime matchup of Game Day Bingo. So stick around for a double Musco prize getting into this game number 12. $18.20 will be moving and grooving as you guys get enrolled into this next matchup. So stick around and continue to get enrolled as we continue to talk about some awesome celebrities born on today.
Yeah, next up, keeping it up with the boy bands, we got 1988 Nick Carter, the American pop singer
Rivals.
from the Backstreet Boys. Everybody, or Backstreet's Back, is one of their big hits.
Everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you sure you weren't a part of that band?
Just call me Nick Carter.
Yeah, well, great stuff there. Backstreet Boys and NSYNC both having them out there on celebrity birthdays. So give some boy bands a listen to on today.
Absolutely, that is some funny stuff. As we move up next, we have a great celebrity born on today. In 1981, we have the incredible Elijah Wood. He is the American actor from The Good Son, and we all know him as Frodo from Lord of the Rings.
Absolutely, he killed it in that role. He's also been in Back to the Future 2, Green Street, Happy Feet. He voice acts in Deep Impact, The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Just a very, very well-versed actor that's been doing stuff for a long, long time.
His first appearance was in Back to the Future 2, and he was only 8 years old.
That's so fun. Well, happy birthday to Elijah Wood. Next up on today in 1998, we got Ariel Winter, a American actress from Modern Family.
That's right. She plays the younger daughter, Alex, who is very smart and is mildly misunderstood from her family. It's pretty much the only role I really know her in. Can't say I really have seen her in anything else other than Modern Family, but it was a lasting impression. I absolutely adore Modern Family. It's a great TV show. Seems like she did a lot of voice acting as well. And so that's very cool.
Yeah, Sophia the First, Mr. Peabody and Sherman, Phineas and Ferb, Speed Racer, Once Upon a Princess.
Yeah, Princess Sophia the First it's another extension.
Well, cool.
A lot of stuff.
Cool stuff there. Yeah, we're fans of Modern Family, and so we're big fans of that one. I think it's funny she's the smart one in that one, and the dumbest of the crew, the brother, Luke is actually the one that is a genius. Like
in real life?
Yeah, in real life he's got
funny.
like an insanely high IQ.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's really funny. My personal favorite things of Ariel Winter are at the Modern Family red carpets and like the Modern Family premieres, as everyone is wearing pretty like business casual clothing, and she's dressed like it's the Met Gala at like every event, and I absolutely love it. It's so funny. It's just so different from the character you see on the screen, and so happy birthday, Ariel Winter.
Last celebrity birthday on today in 2003, we got Whitney Peak, the Ugandan-Canadian actress from Gossip Girl, as well as Hocus Pocus 2. She's in the new Gossip Girl that came out.
She would have to be.
Yeah, that's and as well as that Hocus Pocus 2. Hasn't been in a lot of different things, but continues to build her repertoire of stuff. Now starring in Home Before Dark, an Apple TV series.
Very cool. Yeah, she's the main character of the Gossip Girl reboot that came out as well. Very, very fun stuff. I really enjoyed her in it. I don't necessarily remember her in Hocus Pocus 2. I can't really remember Hocus Pocus 2 though.
Yeah, I think she was Becca, one of the main girls.
Yeah, she had to have been
of that reboot. So fun stuff there. In a few reboots, but now has her own little series with Home Before Dark, which seems to be decently.
Oh, I like that young girl in there as well. Brooklyn Prince. She's very talented as a young actress.
Very cool. Well, happy birthday to Whitney Peak in 2003. Twins are in their off-season. Spring training camp is coming up soon in February. So send some luck out to our Twins by playing the great E-Tab game. Twins win. You can even see if you could take home some Grand Slam jackpots in that awesome game wherever you like to play your pilot games at.
Absolutely. It definitely a lot of fun there. As we close in here to give out this awesome final lunchtime prize, we definitely need to highlight the lucky player Flash at the Red Door Bar who took home $52,000 this past weekend. And while Flash, as well as everyone playing over at the Red Door Bar, they support the Belle Plaine Friends of the Library. They aim to support the Belle Plaine Community Library, promote access to the library, and support early literacy as well as family development, a great message that they send out.
Absolutely. Very, very cool stuff. A great charity as you guys are supporting great charities all across Minnesota as we have our nice double Musco prize of $29.70 getting split up between Doppler over at the Lakewood Tavern and La Bliss over at Maynard's Restaurant Rogers as you guys now get enrolled into a little Lucky 4 bingo action. Remember, when you play pilot games, your community wins.